What, or more precisely, who would result from crossing a zebra and a horse, a lion, and a tiger, a sheep and a pig? Not the most surprising combinations, but believe me, the result will definitely impress you. And at the end of the video, you will find out if scientists managed to cross a monkey with a human. When I saw what it led to, I was shocked. Spoiler: do not attempt to replicate scientists' experiments at home. You won't succeed anyway. I will start, perhaps, with the cutest combination, in my opinion. The Basil is a hybrid obtained from the mating of a goat and a sheep, not so much from breeding, but rather from a chance connection. The history of the Basil's emergence is as simple as the world. Goats and sheep kept in the same enclosure repeatedly mated without any permission, not claiming any scientific discoveries. But the offspring from such unions usually did not survive due to genetic mismatches, being born dead or weak and unfit for life, until one fine day in South Africa, a little lamb on goat legs was born, which managed to overcome natural selection and give rise to a new species. Later, similar hybrids were obtained naturally in other countries: Russia, New Zealand, America, Chile, and Ireland. They claimed their right to exist fully in the animal world. There are no significant differences depending on whether the mother of the Basil is a goat or a sheep. In both cases, the offspring appear larger than their parents, grow faster, and gain weight. In addition to noticeable differences in growth and weight, Basils have excellent health and resistance to various diseases, which allows them to gradually increase their population. Every year, more and more of these amazing animals are born in the world. And let nature continue to work wonders by combining the incompatible, if the result is such cuties. And here's another cutie, the sheep pig. At first glance, it looks like a piglet, but for some reason, it's fluffy, with thick, curly, sheep-like wool. Oh my God! This creature has inherited all the best qualities of its ancestors. Its smooth wool is excellent for making yarn. This is speaking about the sheep part of our first hybrid. As for the pig part, how can I put it? These fluffy piglets. They can gain weight up to 300 kilograms, so there is a lot of meat from them. And what meat it is: marbled, with fine layers of fat. Mmm. Delicious. By the way, lately some people have started keeping pigs as pets, especially mini pigs. But often mini pigs turn out to be not so mini after all. So why not just get a larger pig with curly fur right away? A plus will be her beautiful fur. You will be able to style her hair. Moreover, sheep pigs are very affectionate, just like little cats. Subtitles by Demetors. While browsing the internet, I came across a review where a girl talks about how her fluffy pig Borea loved it when she scratched behind his ear. Think about it. But if you wanted to get a traditional yet still somewhat unusual pet, I recommend the Savannah cat to you. Few people know, but it is also a hybrid. And what a hybrid it is! The Savannah cat is almost an exact copy of the African predator, the serval. Tall stature, leopard-like coloring, impressive weight reaching 14 kilograms. And despite all this, a very gentle and docile nature. This is all because it is a hybrid of a serval and a domestic cat. Some owners of these animals even compare them to dogs for their ability to walk on a leash, love of water, and loyalty and devotion to their owner. But if you suddenly decide to get yourself such an unusual pet, keep in mind that it is very active. It will definitely hunt your slippers, and maybe not just those. This cat jumps high, loves to run, or rather fly at rocket speed, and constantly needs activity. It is not advisable to keep a Savannah in an apartment. He will be uncomfortable there. In the country house, this pet will feel much better. And here's another interesting fact. Some Savannahs can hardly meow. They creak like old rusty doors or hiss like little snakes. Although, I might be wrong. I read about this in the reviews of the owners of these wonderful cats. Well, I have already decided to get one of those. Although the Savannah cat, a fairly tall member of the feline family, can grow up to 60 centimeters, it is still not the largest among them. Want to know who the biggest one is? I'll tell you now. A liger is a hybrid of a male lion and a female tiger. It has inherited the best qualities from both parents, a love for water from its mother, the tigress, and sociability from its father, the lion. Trainers note that these cats have a more docile temperament compared to other giants of the family. You might argue, what trainers? Let the kitties go free. Indeed, ligers once appeared in the wild. In some ancient Asian texts, hunters are mentioned who encountered this mighty beast. However, this is not possible now. Firstly, the habitats of lions and tigers differ significantly. Secondly, artificially bred ligers lack survival skills in the wild. They simply would not be able to compete with other species. In addition, they have some genetic problems, so large cats require a lot of care. Therefore, today all ligers live in zoos, and there are only about 100 of them. For example, there is a handsome one named Black from a Russian safari park, and his mother is a liger named Elena. They are not the largest representatives. Their body length reaches only 3 meters, and their weight is 300 kilograms. Yes, indeed, just that. Now, I suggest we take a look at the real giant with the telling name, Hercules. Height 186 centimeters, body length 3.5 meters, weight over 400 kilograms. Wow! Almost half a ton, can you imagine? He is twice the size of an ordinary lion and 20 times stronger than the average person. And, of course, this cat is listed in the Guinness World Records as the largest member of the cat family on Earth. Hercules, by the way, is very peaceful. Raised among people and trained by handlers, he does not show aggression, and successfully performs in an interactive zoo. And in this photograph, this giant, dangerous predator is drinking milk from a baby bottle. Just adorable. And now, meet another amazing creature, the Tigan. It's like a liger, only the other way around. A hybrid, that results from the union of a female lion and a male tiger. A Tigan is an extremely rare animal, with only a few known living individuals. This may be related to the fact that tigers do not always perceive the mating behavior of lionesses as a call to mate. Externally, Tigans resemble ligers but are noticeably smaller in size. They are even smaller than their parents, reaching a maximum weight of only about 180 kilograms. Stripes, spots, and manes all blend together in these amazing creatures. If you want to see a Tigan with your own eyes, head to the Australian National Park, where 2 individuals currently reside, or visit the Shenzhen Safari Park in southern China. There you will be able to see both Tigans and ligers in one place. By the way, if you, like me, are curious whether a Tigan and a liger can be crossed, I have the answer to that question. Unfortunately, the males of these hybrids are sterile, so it is not possible to obtain any legin. Well, if you always vote for dogs over cats, then the next hybrid is just for you. So, imagine taking an ordinary Nenets Laika and a Central Asian jackal. And they got the Sulav dog, which I find quite amusing. Journalists even nicknamed it Shala Laika or Shala and Kai. These dogs were not bred for companionship with humans, but for service. They are incredibly resilient to various temperatures, feeling comfortable at -70 degrees and +40 degrees. They possess an amazing sense of smell and can find anything that has a scent, even things that almost have no smell. Therefore, they are often used in airports to search for explosives or in criminalistics for detection. You know, whatever, you get the idea. I hasten to disappoint you. You won't be able to buy such a pet for yourself. There are very few of these dogs, and their temperament is not the most docile. The genes of the jackal make themselves known. How about something more unusual, less ordinary? I present to you the Grolar. This is a hybrid of a polar bear and a brown bear. Come on now, dog. Yes, it really exists, and although it is officially called Pisley, I prefer the name Grolar. It sounds much more solid, don't you agree? The Grolar has inherited traits from both parents. Its fur is a unique mix of brown and white, sometimes with a light brown hue. In terms of size, it occupies a middle ground between polar bears and brown bears. Standing on its hind legs, the Grolar can reach 2 meters in height and about 1.5 meters at the shoulder. Impressive, isn't it? Despite its impressive size, the Grolar is quite agile. Imagine powerful paws, long claws, and strong jaws. The Grolar is equipped with everything needed for successful hunting. It can reach speeds of up to 50 kilometers per hour at that speed. It can even chase after deer. By nature, the Grolar is an energetic and independent animal. From the polar bear, it inherited aggressiveness and a quick temper, while from the brown bear, it gained territoriality and suspicion. Guys, it's interesting that Grolars have a hard time adapting to changes around them, whether they are ecological or social factors. So if you decide to invite the Grolar for tea, be prepared for its complex personality. Despite the fact that Pisleys are excellent hunters, fish and meat are not the mainstay of their diet. Like brown bears, they prefer a vegetarian diet of berries, roots, tubers, and other forest treats. Who would have thought that such a fierce predator is also a gourmet and connoisseur of plant food? And do you know what the most surprising thing is? Humans are not involved in the emergence of this hybrid at all. Nature itself arranged for polar and brown bears to start interbreeding in the territories of Canada and Alaska. It is believed that climate change has forced polar bears to seek new territories in search of food, and they have reached rivers where brown bears were fishing. Who became the mom and who became the dad is left unsaid, but the result of this union is the unique Grolar. And now let's talk about another amazing hybrid, the Zebroid. Or, as it is also called, the Zedone, Zoni, Zebadonk, Zorse. It has so many names that it can be confusing. But who is it? There's no need to guess for long. It is, of course, a mix of a zebra and a horse. Sometimes it can also be a donkey or a pony. In general, it includes anyone that even remotely resembles a horse. Each time a new crossbreed occurs, a unique and distinctive fur pattern is produced. Take a look. How different are these representatives of the same species from one another? One may be bay with striped legs, while another is gray-brown with distinctive patterns all over its body. It's simply incredible. The most pronounced and characteristic stripes of zebras appear when a zebra is crossed with a donkey. The Zoni is a subspecies of the Zebroid obtained from such a union. Small in stature, intelligent, and as resilient as a donkey, but with a gentler temperament. Some tribes in Africa regularly use it as a household helper. In other countries, Zoni can often be seen in zoos. What are you saying? I even encountered one once. It's a very beautiful creature. By the way, there are more and more Zebroids on our planet every year. So your chances of seeing this unique hybrid in person are constantly increasing. Who knows, maybe in the near future they will become common inhabitants of farms. Imagine riding a striped horse across endless fields. Romance. Well, let's finally move on to the most interesting part. The hybrid of a human and a monkey is one of the most mysterious and controversial questions in biology, genetics, ethics. Although rumors and legends about such experiments have existed for a long time, the scientific community approaches this topic with great caution. I hasten to disappoint you, such hybrids do not exist in reality. There are no confirmed scientific cases, however, attempts have been made. One of the most famous experiments was conducted by Ilya Ivanov. a Soviet biologist who in the 1920s attempted to artificially inseminate a female chimpanzee using human sperm. But there is no confirmation of the successful completion of the experiment, although who knows, maybe the scientist was simply horrified by the result and hid all the data. Modern science recognizes that biological crossing between humans and monkeys is likely impossible through natural means. The difference in chromosome sets is too great. This makes the appearance of offspring extremely unlikely, if not impossible. Even if conception had occurred, the embryo would likely not have survived due to genetic incompatibility. However, with the development of genetic engineering and technologies such as CRISPR, questions about the creation of chimeras, organisms made up of cells from different species, have begun to be discussed. In 2019, a group of scientists from China and Spain announced that they had created a chimera embryo of a human and a monkey by introducing human stem cells into a monkey embryo. These embryos, of course, were not brought to the stage of birth, and the experiments were conducted as part of scientific research, studying the possibilities of organ regeneration. This case has sparked serious debates about where the development of biotechnology may lead. The ethical aspect of the issue provokes even more discussions. Even if the creation of such a hybrid became possible, what would happen next? What would his rights, intellectual capabilities, and behavioral traits be? But the most important question is how far humanity is willing to go in its experiments. Nature is indeed full of surprises, and who knows what other amazing creatures may arise from its imagination or our experiments. By the way, if you are also passionate about creativity and want to take part in creating similar videos, I have wonderful news. Our team is constantly expanding, and right now we are looking for talented screenwriters, voiceover artists, editors, and creative producers. If this suits you, leave an application in our Telegram bot, link in the description. Thank you for watching.